The King of Atlantis from DC versus the Submariner from Marvel. And both possess incredible strength, speed, and durability, especially in the water. They can breathe underwater, communicate with marine life, and command vast armies. Created back in 1939, Namor is one of Marvel's very first characters, and his history is as deep and turbulent as the ocean itself. He's the son of a human sea captain and the princess of Atlantis. This hybrid heritage gives him his unique powers, but it also fuels his famous temper. Namor is known for his arrogance and his short fuse. He sees himself as superior to surface dwellers and won't hesitate to declare war on the human world if he feels his kingdom is threatened. His motto is Imperius Rex, which means Emperor King, and he lives by it. This aggression is both a strength and a weakness. It makes him a relentless and unpredictable fighter, but it can also make him reckless, causing him to rush into battles without a solid strategy. He's fought alongside the Avengers and the X-Men, but he's also fought against them just as often. He's a true anti-hero, driven by the protection of his people and his own immense pride. Now, let's look at Arthur Curry, DC's Aquaman. Making his debut a couple of years after Namor in 1941, Aquaman is the son of a lighthouse keeper and the Queen of Atlantis. Sound familiar? While their origins are similar, their personalities couldn't be more different. Arthur is generally more level-headed, compassionate, and diplomatic than Namor. He sees himself as a bridge between the surface world and the sea, constantly trying to foster peace and understanding. He is a founding member of the Justice League and is deeply respected by heroes like Superman and Wonder Woman for his leadership and his heart. But if the fight moves to land, the advantage starts to shift heavily in Aquaman's favor the longer it goes on. Speed-wise, both are blurs in the water, capable of swimming at supersonic speeds. On land, they're both super fast, but again, Namor's stamina on the surface is a major liability. Now, what about their other abilities? This is where we see some major divergence. Both can communicate with sea life, but Aquaman's telepathic control is generally portrayed as much more potent and wide-reaching. Aquaman, on the other hand, wields the trident of Neptune, or in some continuities, the trident of Atlan. This is a game changer. It's an unbreakable magical weapon that can control weather, create water spouts, fire bolts of energy, and as I mentioned, injure beings as powerful as Darkseid. It's a massive advantage that Namor simply doesn't have a regular counter for. Let's also talk about durability and healing. Both can take an incredible beating. They've tanked punches from the Hulk and Superman, respectively. The sheer force of their blows would create shockwaves felt for miles. This is where Aquaman's trident comes into play. He could use it to create powerful whirlpools to disorient Namor or fire energy blasts to keep him at a distance. Namor's flight gives him an out. He could burst from the water and take to the skies. Once the fight is in the air and on land, the dynamic changes. Namor can now attack from above, a significant advantage. But Aquaman is no slouch on land. He's a skilled warrior trained in Atlantean combat. He could use his trident to create massive waves to try and knock Namor out of the sky or generate a lightning storm to target him. But here's the ticking clock. Every second Namor spends out of the water, he's getting weaker. Aquaman knows this. His strategy would be to prolong the fight on land, to endure Namor's initial onslaught, and wear him down. He could use his own superhuman leaps to engage Namor, using the trident for both offense and defense. Namor's pride would likely prevent him from making strategic retreats to the water until he has already significantly weakened. He'd see it as a sign of weakness. And that's his downfall. So, who wins? After weighing all the evidence, the victory has to go to Aquaman. It would be an incredibly close and brutal fight, one for the ages. Namor might even have the edge in raw and bridled power at the very start. But Aquaman is the smarter, more versatile, and more resilient fighter. His superior telepathic abilities, his incredibly powerful and versatile magical trident, and his ability to function at peak performance for far longer on land give him too many advantages. Namor's arrogance and his critical weakness to dehydration would ultimately be exploited by the more tactical king of Atlantis. Aquaman would weather the storm of Namor's fury, use his full arsenal of powers and weapons, and strategically outlast the Submariner until he could land the finishing blow. In the end, it's not just about who hits the hardest, but who fights the smartest. And in that regard, Arthur Curry reigns supreme. Imperius Rex might be Namor's motto, but in this clash of kings, the crown belongs to Aquaman. What do you guys think? Did I get it right, or is Namor getting robbed? This is one of those debates that could go on forever, and there are definitely arguments for Namor taking the win under specific circumstances. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Who do you think wins this epic underwater showdown and why? I read all the comments, so let's get a good discussion going. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more nerdy deep dives into the world of comics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.